People who walk on Indian grave die.
Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
Oh no, here we go again.
This week we're checking out Giant from the Unknown.
I'm looking for a giant.
A specific giant?
One that's been dead for over 500 years.
Which begs one obvious question.
Well, why do they refer to this Vargas as a giant?
Well, fragmentary accounts of the period relate that he was a man of extraordinary size.
Yeah, come to think of it, that was a dumb question. Scratch that. There's strange doings at Devil's Crag.
First the cattle and the horses ripped apart.
But not quite as strange as what biologist Wayne has been up to.
You see, that ugly little fellow is the leading character in a thesis I'm preparing on the subject of physical antiquities. I found that lizard sealed inside this rock.
Did you?
I don't believe it.
I'm a bit sceptical myself. Still, he teams up with Frederick Cleveland.
Yes, you see, I'm an archaeologist.
And his daughter, Janet.
I sometimes forget I'm a woman.
Oh, I'm sure someone will remind you.
Well, since you've made the beds, you can wash the dishes and tidy up the camp.
And then start lunch, and plenty of it will be famished.
Like all good archaeologists, the professor doesn't give up on a search to which he has dedicated his whole life until there is absolutely no hope. But after almost an entire morning of fruitless digging, he admits defeat.
Wayne, I've decided to give it up.
Well, we gave it a good try.
But then,
Diablo Giant's axe.
Wayne finds the giant's axe, but is forced to take shelter from a thunderstorm, and when he comes back, the axe is gone. And
If this is Vargas' grave, where are his bones?
and the first conclusion they come to?
No, you don't think he could still be alive?
Of course, they soon get hard evidence to back this up.
Is that a footprint?
Still feels like a bit of a leap.
But it's the only possibility I can think of.
How about a tomb robber with big feet?
Ah, you're talking crazy.
But of course, they are right. Well, firstly, you'd think they'd have spotted him. But also, that is a quite remarkable state of preservation.
And I have come to the conclusion that there is some unusual and unknown substance in the earth up here that acts as a preservative.
Did it also restore him to life?
His unusual strength sustained him, but he fell into a deep coma. Now the Indians mistook this for death and buried him at a spot near where we found the armor.
Just out of interest, was it the same deal with the lizard?
Oh, Dad, I've had all I can take.
Now, obviously this is nonsense, but even taking it on its own terms, something's not right.
You know, there's something that puzzles me.
If he was just brought back by the storm,
It's quite a storm cloud gathering. We better get back to camp before we get soaked.
who killed the animals earlier?
And how about Bill Johnson's cow? Nobody's ever been able to explain how it was mutilated.
And all the sheep that's been disappearing. What happened to them?
Yeah, and how about Cooper's chicken house?
And Len Garrity's goat, what ripped that in half? And that cat with the lazy eye?
There's your alibi.
The other option is he was brought back by the earlier storm, the one that brought the lizard back, but in that case he must have got up, killed some animals, and then buried himself again.
This is ridiculous.
You're just noticing now?
We've got to do everything we can to help him, but first I have to make a plaster cast of that footprint. Otherwise, no one will believe me.
Yes, the plaster cast of a large footprint is certainly all the evidence anyone would need to believe that you were attacked by a reanimated conquistador giant.
It's just unbelievable.
And yet, you really believe it, and that's important because it raises the question, why didn't you just leave before he catches you? Things now move fast. A posse is gathered of yet more people not questioning the basic premise.
Look out! Take cover!
Moron. They pin the giant down.
He's boxed in up there, all right.
And that's a problem because the movie's not done yet, so they need a character to be so stupid that in real life they wouldn't be allowed to tie their own shoes for fear they might garrote themselves. And so the giant escapes for heroic Wayne to tackle it mano a mano. Survives being shot, but can't face a stick. A happy ending. Didn't that rail just get broken?
Do you think anyone will ever believe us?
No. No, come to think of it, I don't think they ever will.
Nonsense, of course they will. You've got a plaster cast of a footprint.
That's silly.
Thanks for watching. For new reviews every Tuesday, hit the subscribe button now. A missing skeleton apparently can only mean a reincarnated giant. What other B-movies have great moments of wild conclusion to jumpage? Give us your thoughts in the comments below.
Hey, wait a minute. I ain't half finished.